that the Golden State, California, has the healthiest population in the country.
Fitness in American life, I think it really depends, because Americans are kind of thought of as being lazy and not doing a lot of fitness, but in California, people are much more active because we have great weather here. It is part of life. We have the beautiful mountains, we have the beach, we have skiing, we have hiking, we have gyms all over the place.
Expensive?
Oh, good question. So it's very inexpensive. $10 here is pocket change, but yeah, you want to take into consideration it costs something to be at the gym.
A month you pay $10.
$10, that's all.
And you work in Camarillo.
Granada Hills versus Camarillo. Well, Camarillo is probably safer. It's not Los Angeles, it's part of Ventura County. The taxes are less expensive. The houses are about the same. So, I mean, you're going to get about the same amount of house there that you would here. And I like where we live here. So we thought at one time about moving, you know, to be closer to work. But we just kept saying we like where we live. So we make the commute, which is almost 40 miles each way, 37 miles to get to work and 37 miles to get home. But we like where we live. So we stayed here.
After the yoga class, we're talking about everything, and right now we're talking about cost of living than Malibu.
I would say that the cost of living in Granada Hills is definitely less expensive than Malibu. Here, if you want to live close to the ocean, you're going to pay a lot of money for a much smaller home. Here we can live in a gorgeous neighborhood and still have a beautiful environment. And I was very fortunate to purchase my home in 1997, and it was a fixer-upper. The homes here, a lot of them are older. They were built in the 1960s, and the home that I purchased was built in 1968. If I were to have to buy my home today on my salary, I would never be able to afford it. I could never repurchase this house on my salary today. So I feel very blessed and fortunate to live in this gorgeous neighborhood.
And how much you pay every month?
4-bedroom home with 2.5 baths.
Okay.
It's about 2,000-ish square feet, a little over 2,000 square feet.
And how much you pay utilities?
Utilities, they vary, of course. In the summer with air conditioning, it's a lot more, but I'd say utilities should be somewhere around $250 a month, maybe.
How much you need to survey? Just survey. No movie, no restaurant, no expensive food. 2 people.
2 people. I would say for the month or for the...
For a month.
Okay, for the month, having a low mortgage, I would say maybe $6,000 would be comfortable.
For 2 people.
For 2 people.
Okay.
And that's living pretty nicely. The thing is, though, there are some people in this neighborhood that, for example, we have a house right here where they're doing a lot of construction. And maybe they're new neighbors. Maybe they bought this house for $1 million, and maybe they have $50,000 worth of upgrades going on here. Well, their mortgage is going to be over $6,000 just to pay the mortgage. That's not utilities, that's not gasoline, that's not food. So for newer people in the neighborhood, they probably need $10,000.
For 2. Yeah.
Like I said, we're fortunate to purchase the home 25 years ago, so we get by on less than $6,000 a month.
My last question is your neighborhood in Granada Hills is drastically changed?
It's just contemporary, it's older, but it doesn't drastically change. I'd say in the 26 years I've lived here, there's very little change. Yes, there's some, but not drastic. To my home here in Granada Hills.
You don't have a swimming pool.
There's no swimming pool in our yard. We have
If I have a swimming pool, I maybe cost.
Yes, you know, the price of electricity, utilities, water, much higher when you have a swimming pool, which we don't. So we keep our expenses pretty low. There's only 2 of us here. My wife and I live here with our little dog. And so we have pretty low expenses. And we also have a nice tankless hot water heater, which saves a lot of...
you don't have...
no solar. It's a very nice area, yes. And we have the lovely hills. It's secure. Don't have bars on our windows and doors.
Homeless.
We don't have homeless in our front yard. Now again, Granada Hills, if you go a little, maybe 2 miles south by the freeway, yes, there's homeless. Yes, there's a lot of problems. But when you live north of Rinaldi, it's clean, it's safe, it's family oriented, and there's no place I'd rather live.
Good. Thank you so much, David.
See you in yoga. Thank you, ladies. It's always a good time.
Yeah.
And we have the best neighbors.
Here's Fred. Hi, Fred. Hi, baby. Mama missed you, Fred.